those guys down at Central Park, sitting about on the sofas there. Now then, we'll get a little bit of news. Got some great tunes coming up. This is Radio 2, by the way, on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Lisa Costello. Nicola Sturgeon vows to find a way to hold a new referendum on independence after the Supreme Court rejected attempts to force another vote. Germany's footballers stage a high-profile silent protest against FIFA at the Qatar World Cup. And the music world mourns the pioneering guitarist Wilko Johnson, who's died at the age of 75. Nicola Sturgeon has vowed to use the next general election to try to secure another vote on Scottish independence. The Supreme Court has ruled that a second referendum can't be held without the backing of Westminster. Speaking at a news conference, the First Minister said she refused to give up on what she called the basic principle of democracy.
While it is, I think, a statement of the obvious that this is not the outcome I hoped for, it does give us clarity. And having that clarity sooner rather than later allows us now to plan a way forward, however imperfect that might be.
The SNP will now hold a special conference in the new year to discuss its plans for a de facto referendum. Rishi Sunak told MPs that he wanted to continue working with Holyrood.
I think that the people of Scotland want us to be working on fixing the major challenges that we collectively face, whether that's the economy, supporting the NHS, or indeed supporting Ukraine. Now is the time for politicians to work together, and that's what this government will do.
The government has appointed a leading barrister to look into Dominic Raab's conduct towards his staff. The Prime Minister's spokesman said Adam Tolley would produce a report into the allegations of bullying, but there was no time frame for its publication. Mr Raab denies any wrongdoing. Germany's men's football team have staged an on-field protest at the World Cup against FIFA's decision to ban them and 6 other European teams from displaying anti-discrimination symbols. Players covered their mouths before their opening match against Japan after their captain, Manuel Neuer, was told he would be booked if he wore a One Love armband. From Qatar, here's our sports correspondent, Alex Capstick.
As the players lined up for their regulation pre-match photograph, they each placed a hand over their mouths. A statement from the German Football Federation said human rights are non-negotiable. Denying us the armband is the same as denying us a voice. We stand by our position. Up in the stands, there was support from the German government. The Interior Minister, Nancy Faeser, sitting close to Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, with the One Love armband very visible above her elbow. The German Federation is planning legal action against FIFA over the issue, and today, Danish football bosses said they were also looking at legal options.
Germany suffered a shock 2-1 defeat to Japan in the match. Earlier, Morocco and Croatia finished goalless, while Spain are leading Costa Rica 3-0 at half-time. Belgium face Canada this evening. Royal Mail strikes planned for the run-up to Christmas will go ahead after talks ended without agreement. Members of the Communication Workers Union will walk out for another 10 days, including tomorrow and Black Friday, in a dispute about jobs, pay and conditions. A British man is likely to become the first disabled person to go to space. John McFall has been chosen to take part in the European Space Agency's astronaut training programme. The Paralympic sprinter from Surrey lost his right leg in a motorbike accident when he was 19. He explained why he'd applied for the programme.
I thought it was such an inspiring and exhilarating opportunity, and I looked at the person's specification and I thought, wow, this is really aspirational. This is a very brave and very bold thing to do. And with my broad scientific background and vast range of experiences, I felt compelled to try and help ITSA answer this question: can we get someone with a physical disability to do meaningful work in space?
The renowned guitarist Wilko Johnson, who found fame with the 1970s band Dr Feelgood, has died at the age of 75. He also played with Ian Dury before embarking on a 4-decade solo career. Our arts correspondent David Sillito looks back at his life.
Wilko Johnson's ferocious, choppy guitar and songwriting skill helped get Dr Feelgood to the top of the album charts and was an influence on many a punk and new wave band. But this thoughtful ex-school teacher from Canvey Island also had a remarkable third act in his late 60s. He landed a role in Game of Thrones, and when diagnosed with terminal cancer, his fans rallied, his career blossomed. He marked his 70th birthday with a packed concert at the Albert Hall. Wilko Johnson's finale was one of rock and roll's great encores.
The weather, showers will continue early this evening in northern, western and southern areas of the UK, but will ease in most places later. A mostly clear and dry night elsewhere with strong winds, particularly in the southwest. Temperatures could drop to 7 Celsius in Stranraer and Bridgend, 6 in Dover, 4 in Sheffield and 3 in Omer. BBC News, it's 5:05.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. Sarah Cox, you're welcome. Sarah Cox, BBC Radio 2.
Coming up this hour, we have a Human League classic, that Michael Gray weekend tune. Yes, plus Jukebox Jam, why not? It's going to be great, guys.
Well, anyway, let me say you're welcome for the wonderful world you know. Hey, it's your day to say you're welcome.